What's good, y'all? I'm your co-host Paris,
And I'm Haley.
and today we're talking about transparency. Let's talk.
Your girl.
How you doing, Miss Haley?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm vibing.
And I wish the weather's a little bit better. It's kind of like out.
Yeah, it's cold in April. What's up with that?
Definitely skipped my first class this morning. Yeah.
Okay. No, I definitely did.
I did because I heard that rain coming down, and I was like, yeah, I can't do it.
I definitely. See, we're on the same page.
I was like, I can't. It's at 9 a.m. too. I was like, yeah, can't do this one.
Nah, I've been like in like a fog all week. For this whole week. Them first classes just been getting the blues from me.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. I feel you on
that.
I went to it on Tuesday.
Nah.
Especially, and on Tuesday, she made the class optional that day. And I was like, one of 9 people show up. So
Here.
I deserve that Thursday. You know what I mean? I deserve today.
You earned that.
I was like, no, for real. I was like, yeah, Pooks, you're not going to see me today.
Yeah, no.
And I know she's going to see me on Tuesday and be like, oh my gosh, Haley, where were you? Because, I usually been, one of the few people that talk up in there.
Oh, not
and,
me.
Also, too, I ain't missed no class up until this point. And so I was like, yeah, I can go ahead. I can miss
period. You be going to class.
Mm-hmm, I have. I'm trying to be a scholar.
Oh, period. You know? Not me, though.
Ooh.
But,
well, yeah.
On the attendance tip.
Right.
Right. I am, trying to get up out of here real quick. I'm going to pick up a couple of summer courses to expedite this process because I'm ready to go.
Why?
I'm ready to go because I be feeling like I be behind.
Oh
yeah.
That's actually funny you said that because I actually broke down. I mean, okay, real quick, y'all. So y'all are not too lost, too gone. As y'all can see, this is not really a traditional video.
Right.
It'll be a little different, but y'all get the beat of it. But no, yeah, I had a moment yesterday at work. Actually, I started crying.
Dang.
Because I felt that way too.
Like you behind?
Yeah, and it's not. And the thing is, they're like, well, hey, don't compare yourself to other people. And I'm like, baby, I'm my worst enemy.
Literally.
Because I have a standard for myself, and I feel like when I'm not meeting that standard, it's like, what you doing?
Yeah.
And then especially feeling that spiritually, and that's bleeding into my physical life because I'm sitting here just trying to operate on the flesh and oh, I got this, I can do this. And it's like, no, you can't. And I've just been feeling very spiritually numb and dull and dark. And so, and it's just and so it got me. It definitely did. And I can feel you on that because I'm just it's just feeling things are falling apart.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to hold them together. But then I'm praying and reading, but I'm not being as intentional as I want to be. And it's
I'm just doing it to get it done.
Yeah. And that's why I was talking to God yesterday and I was like, why do I always treat you like a chore? And I sat, because you gotta sit in the presence. And I was like, because why do I do this? I was like I waited until the very last minute to talk to you today. And then I'm sitting here okay, all I gotta do is just da 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 da. And I'm like, why am I doing that?
Yeah.
I'm treating you how I treat my assignments. Let's keep it in real.
Man, we know how we treat them assignments.
11:59. So 10:30, I'm like, all right, I need to get going. And I was like, wait, why am I doing that to you? And it really so I can feel you on that. And then you see people with the AMGs and the things. I'm not saying those are not good things to have, and seeing those people and being like, that's what's up. I would want to accomplish something like that eventually. Not trying to seek into that envy or jealousy or anything like that, or lusting after their life. But you see and you dang, they 20 finna be 21. I'm 20 finna be 21. What am I doing? You know what I mean? And so you sit there and you definitely reflect
compare.
And be yeah, and I feel like it's unintentional because we kind of live in a society that's like that, keeping up with the Joneses, looking at people, looking at so and so, they doing this, they doing that, what am I doing? Even spiritually, some folks vicariously live through other people spiritually. Oh, brother so and so saved. Oh, sister so and so saved. They not saved for you.
No.
So I feel you on that, and it's oh, I want to be them one day, and I don't know, it's interesting to see, but I can feel you on that, and just feeling behind.
Yeah, because you're a third year, right?
No, I'm only a sophomore.
Oh shoot, I'm a third year.
My birthday is late in August, so I'll be 20. So I turned 20 at the beginning of sophomore year. I'll be 20 when we come back junior year, and then like a week or two in, I'll turn 21. Like that's how my birthday is.
Okay, so I'm a third year.
Yeah.
And now, like, so I'm in the era where people are starting to graduate early. So, like, I got friends that graduate in May.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm not scheduled to graduate until next December.
Yeah.
So, technically, I'm taking on an extra semester, which is really why I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, if I'm going to graduate, if it's not going to be early, at least let it be on time.
I got you.
But then again, it's like, okay, what's on time?
I was just about to ask you that. Because I'm like, okay, like, if you were going based on when you're like supposed to graduate or whatever, yes. Like when would that be?
Next May.
Okay, so it would be May 26th.
Yes.
So then why are you trying to have it be December 25? You know, like
no, not this December. Next December.
Oh, so like
that's when I'm scheduled to graduate based on credit.
Next December.
So that's December 26th. Oh. Instead of May 26th.
Girl,
but no, Paris. But look, okay.
You doing the most. That is not bad.
No, because, okay.
So that means you would, okay, so if you did
a semester late.
Why am I confused?
No. It would be a semester, like, so I would basically take an extra semester. And then, okay, now I'm thinking, like, I know my scholarships are only for 4 years. So, okay, so what about that extra semester?
Yeah, you gonna have to front that.
Haley.
I mean, unless you can find scholarships to fund it.
I know, but this is the thing. Like, if I could avoid that, and I already be feeling like I'm behind. But it's really, like, it's just people are ahead.
And that's what I'm saying, because my thing is, like, if you came in 26, I mean, like, if you came in, you're supposed to graduate technically May 26, but based on your credits, you're supposed to graduate December 25. Why? Like, you're already graduating.
December 26. Right.
Okay, so, like, why are you... I see what you mean. So if you took it, then that means you would graduate May 26th. Then, if you took like something over the summer,
if I pass,
there's no if.
No, this is the thing. Okay, hey, you say that, but listen. One of the classes I'm taking right now, this is my third time taking this class.
It's working you, honey.
But this is my third time. You know, that's 2 other classes that I could have been got done.
That is true. But no, I mean, you got the fact of the matter.
That's
but
real.
At the same time, but like, okay, you know what I mean?
But I be feeling like academic pressure, but I think that comes from just like, I want to say, like, I don't like the term grade school. Okay, so I'm gonna say K through 12.
Oh yeah.
Like I was, like,
not
exceptional.
Oh,
like I was
really?
No, actually, I was exceptional. And then you know how they say, like, A students in high school become C students in college. Oh yeah.
Didn't hear that one because I kept my A.
Oh,
let me stop playing.
Yeah,
because I was definitely A, B, but like no, I've been like, not playing like no, college. I ain't been playing. But
when I say I graduated top 10% from my high school,
don't hurt them.
And then like there was a standard set, like family wise, that Paris is the smart one. Paris is gonna be the one that's gonna. And I get to college and I'm struggling. Well, I'm talking fighting for my life.
Yeah.
And then I still go home for like the breaks, and they like, "You doing so good, girl. I'm failing." What are you talking about? What are you talking? You don't know the real.
Because now that is outrageous.
You don't know Baby D.
You don't know Baby D.
That's why you looking at me like that, because you don't know Baby D. No, honey, I'm like.
I think it's because like most definitely like with studying and stuff. I feel you on that because it's like in high school, even taking those AP, pre-AP, all them whatever. Like I really didn't study for real. So
no,
I feel you on that. And you get here and everything's like, okay, read this. We're gonna have a lecture, but this like that's on you. You know,
right?
And so I most definitely feel you on that. And then even that too, like for me, I felt that pressure with maintaining the grades I already had.
Yes.
Yeah, and like you were saying, you know, the first to be doing what you're doing. So
right.
You're feeling that pressure. And then on top of that, like
everybody looking
you already
at
set.
Yes.
And everybody's watching you because you're like the trailblazer of the family.
And y'all just don't know.
I know.
Like a girl going through it.
And I feel you on that because even like
and it get harder every semester.
No, literally. Literally. I told my daddy the other day, I said, honey, I didn't know know these education classes be working a girl like this.
Yeah.
This is crazy. He was like, it's hard. I was like, it's just all this reading. I said, you gotta knowledge, you gotta read, I said, but this is
It's a
different.
lot.
I was not expecting that. And then like reading all those government and all the I'm like, okay, you're working me. But no, I
Right.
definitely feel you on that. Because even in my family, like, there's folks in my family who have college degrees, but they're like, you going to OU? Like they're like doing like a lot, and I was like, guys, like, thank you.
Y'all don't know
but
what's really going on.
yeah, like, I mean, I'm thriving. Thank you, Jesus.
Amen. Bless your
Even
heart.
the one holding me, because I'm not
Girl.
gonna lie to you. But even like that, and they be like, it really exciting. I'd be like, oh, thank y'all, yes, da 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 da. But like that, even my uncle, he like, you the educated one.
What?
Like, he's out of control.
Bro, when they tell me
I
something
be
like
like-
that, I'm like, please don't say that.
No, for real.
Stop saying
No,
that.
for real. I'd be like, hey, reel it in.
For real.
Reel it in, girl.
Cause if you see what I saw, you be so disappointed. You be so disappointed.
I know. I'm literally coming out on top because of Jesus Christ. Like, he's the only
Man.
reason why I'm out
I'm
here.
fighting
I know you got this.
every semester. Like, you think last semester was rough.
Oh, the fall.
Oh my gosh, it was one semester that I went home. It was like spring break, and we had an exam the Tuesday after coming back from spring break.
I don't know why they do that.
And so I was at home studying in the living room. I had my calculator on the side of me.
Oh, you were getting pissed.
Yes. The TI-84, the
Oh,
scientific
shut up.
calculator, because
Come
I
on.
needed it.
Come on, scholar.
And then I started crying.
Mm.
And I'm like, almost like, because I'm literally around people. Like, my mom's over there in the kitchen. I'm like sitting in the recliner. I'm head down crying. I'm like, at the same time, I'm trying to hide this jump because y'all don't know the real.
That you gotta pass this, or you gonna fail the class.
Y'all don't know the real. And I'm like, and she's just talking about some, you got it. Look, my hands are empty. I don't got nothing.
You said, no, baby, I need it.
I don't got
need it.
nothing. What are you talking about
You
right
got
now?
it. You got it. It's so hilarious.
I don't got it.
I would look at her and be like, no, baby.
I done lost some things. But that battle with that one class, man,
Still fighting out.
I'm still fighting. That junk is extra tough.
Oh, not extra tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like stuff like that people really don't be seeing.
Yeah. And even like my freshman year, so last year, and I was just sitting there. I would have so many moments in my like dorm and stuff, and I'd be sitting there and be in the middle of nighttime, moonlight peeking through the window, and I'd be like, wow, I'm really in college.
No, like sometimes you really just gotta take it all
And
in.
I sit there and I'm like, God, like, I'm really here. Like, you really put me here. And then I sit there and I'm like, yeah, I got this bill. I don't know how I'm gonna pay it, but you got it. And I'm sitting here going to class. I'm tired, but you got it. And I'm just like, I'm really here. And I still have like all those moments, like, especially when I see, like, I tell my roommates this all the time. I'm like, it's so weird when I see y'all out around campus because I'm like, wait, I live with her. And it's like, I was like, because it's like seeing you in a different space. Like, I see you at home, like, that's different. But I'm like, shut up. Like,
now you in your bag.
you going to school, girl. Look at you on your scrubs. You going to school.
That's
like
crazy.
all that, and it just sits in for me too. Like, dang, man, my girl's going to school,
Yeah.
and we really here. And like, it's just like, I don't know. It's a crazy feeling when I see people around campus and stuff, and I'm like, look at you. Like, just look at you. Like, that sonder, like that feeling, like just realizing that, like, even though we're all living our like different lives, we're all like doing this lifetime together, and it's just like, shut up. Like, that's so cool to me. Like, I think that's so cool. And that's another, like, I know that when I have those moments, I really do. I be sitting there and I be thanking God, because I'm like, thank you for opening up my perspective beyond just the surface. Because I can sit and be like, well, I've got all this to do, and da-da-da-da, and it's just me. But I'm able to, like, kind of zoom out a little bit and be like, wow. Like, scope the scenery, you know?
Right.
Like, I'm like, it's just taking it in, and I just think it's cool. And it sits there, and, like, when I get stressed and bogged down, like, I feel you on that. And I be sitting here, and I'm like, I'm living in answered prayer.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Constantly. I gotta constantly remind myself.
I mean, and then even that too, and then like, even if you gotta work, you know, 'cause me and you, we both work and stuff.
Right.
And
I had 2 jobs.
Girl, Girl,
Talk
during
about
the
it.
spring semester too at that.
Let's talk
Them
about
two
it.
jobs, go to school full time is crazy, wicked work.
Yes.
Okay? Like, it's wild. And I'm like, how,
That's a whole nother. That's a whole. And then the teachers don't care about you going to work. They don't care. That lecture run over. You got to be to class in like. You got to be to work in like 30 minutes. They don't care nothing about that. You finna get this lecture. That's what you finna get. They not worried about their paycheck.
You are fed. I mean, well,
they not worried about their paycheck.
She's not really lying.
But I be trying to get my guap.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because I mean,
I got stuff I gotta pay. I have a life. I have to finance.
Too. Yeah.
Like, it's so much other stuff. Like,
yeah. And that's the other thing too, like especially with me like pursuing education, especially like in like that high school area. Like I'm realizing
I think that'd be
like,
fun.
Oh yeah. Everybody's like, Haley, you'd be such a great teacher. I'm like, girl, no. The kids gonna be like, oh no. Get her out of here. Now.
Yo.
But I was just like, because you're teaching them how to like figure out the world, and like they're learning how to be more independent, learning stuff being so dependent.
Especially in high school.
Yeah, then some of them already have to work and go here and take care of this, got babies of their own, have this, and like realizing all the other obligations that people have outside of what you're requesting of them.
Yeah.
Like case in point, us doing like the podcast stuff right now.
I just came from class.
Exactly, me too. Like literally,
right.
Even us choosing this time to do this, we were like, okay, what's your schedule? Sending actual photos. Like, look, okay, we got this much room to do like all of that because people have other things to do, and then even like okay,
and this is out of obedience. Like sometimes,
yeah. And then I was feeling bad because when we were trying to figure out a time, I was like, oh, here I go, fitting God into my schedule again.
Oh my!
And I was like, Haley, you've gotta cut it out, girl. Like, please cut it out. But I'm like, I know y'all, I'm gonna get it. I do. I be sitting there, I be getting like, why are you trying to squeeze him in? Like,
oh my god!
What do you mean when we put you there? That's how I was feeling, anyways. Nonetheless,
right?
Like realizing that like people have other things that they have to do, other commitments, and not saying that you're not a priority or whatever the task at hand is not a priority, but realizing they've got other stuff,
right?
And you can't persecute them for having that,
No, because we have a life outside of school.
Come on.
We have a life outside of home.
Yeah.
We have a life outside of work especially. Because they'll call you in like it's nobody's business.
We'll be like, hey,
I got something.
You stay a little late today. Whole time you done picked up a whole another 4 or 5 hours. You like, wait a minute.
And a little late. A little late is
that's a whole shift.
What you asking for? Right. You trying to tell me to work a double?
Yeah, that's what I heard actually.
Right.
That's actually what I heard. I heard a double.
I heard you don't care about my life.
Mm-hmm. I heard I'm working 10 to 12 a.m.
Right.
That's what I heard.
Like,
no, I feel you. Yeah.
Like I realized I picked up a Monday shift, and let me just say my regular schedule is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So when I did pick up that Monday shift, now my schedule is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
I said,
yeah, y'all got that one day make a difference,
bro.
It do. It really
it's
do.
Like I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking.
And that was the thing too. Like when I was talking to my sister about like trying to have that balance and stuff, I was like, Vonna, look, because I found myself doing school and then working 6-8 hour shifts on the weekends.
And where am I supposed to study?
And I was sitting for that too. And then I'm like, wait, all the plays on the weekends. My friends want to go hang out. We want to do this, we want to do that. Just have a good time.
All the plays
on the weekend. It's like on Saturday, dude. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, so, and even if I don't go to them, still the option. And I'm not here at this job. And so it's like, I'm not here at this job. Okay? Like I could be out here frolicking in some grass right now in the field. And I'm here at the job. But no, like, yeah, so I was like, school is work. And so I'm like, okay.
Definitely. That's a whole
job. So my senior year, since I was like, I had like free periods, whatever, I would get out of school like around noon. So I was just doing like 1 to 6, like 3-4 times throughout the week or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting my little 15, 20 at 30, whatever hours to maintain my little coin, but I still got my Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that was good because I was like, I couldn't. Like, it was just that balance. And then, I was, oh girl, I really have to change up my schedule because my mom was gonna knock my head off. Ooh. She was like, if you late to school one more time, I said, yes, ma'am.
Oh my
God. If you late to school one more time, that job, you can forget about it. I said, okay. Okay. It's
Oh, see, your mama
Yeah.
let you have a job for real. See, this is the
Yeah.
thing with my mama. If you weren't paying for gas, you ain't got nowhere to work. You ain't got nowhere to work. You ain't got a job. So I don't like you gonna come up with something very much something. You not just gonna you got a job. You making money. You're not gonna live for free.
Yeah.
You gonna come off something.
I think for us, ours is.
That's how I lost my first job.
What happened? Having to pay for stuff?
Promise y'all I was working at Popeyes.
Ooh.
I'm telling y'all I was working at Popeyes, and I
was at Popeyes. I know that's right,
bro. And then I had, if y'all don't know, I was in like marching band from like second grade to my
second grade,
junior year.
Second grade.
Yes, ma'am. I ran through like almost every instrument. Side note, that's just a side note. But I had practice and then I had work. And it was like after practice, my mama was the type to be the last person to come pick you up. Like you the last one standing out there.
Oh, I can't stand. I cannot stand.
And I gotta go to work. What we gonna do, Mom? So I get her. She just fresh off of work. Yeah, she don't want to take me to work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, she called him. Called him for what?
Yeah.
Mom, I'm gonna go get dressed. Yeah, I'm gonna go to work.
Bro, we got.
I need money. Money. She said, you ain't going. They never put me on the schedule again.
They were like, yeah, Paris, thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah, and that's that unreliable. That they looking at me. They ain't looking at you. They not looking at you, Mom.
Yeah, that is true. It doesn't reflect poorly on you. It reflects poorly on me.
Right.
My parents were definitely the ones that didn't really want us. Where they're like, we'll give you coin and everything. And I'm like, yeah, but like
that ain't enough.
I need girl. And you talking about making enough, please. Like I need coin. You're giving me change. Right. Like I need coin. And I'm telling them like, girl, please. Like, please. And I was like, no, like I want to be buying myself like stuff like clothes, shoes, like food and stuff, going for my friends. Like I was like, I want to just have like pocket change, but enough,
right? Like it's something to come up.
Yes. And then like we just go somewhere. Like I don't want that. I don't want to keep having to ask y'all and stuff. Like y'all got bills.
We're grown people.
Y'all are adults. Like y'all are grown.
I'm just trying to go to the function. You got rich
and have me a little food, and then if my homegirl driver or somebody drive, I can front them a few dollars for petrol.
No,
like real. I just need something like that. I was like, I don't.
And then in high school, oh my gosh, this is what I loved about high school compared to college. What? College, you have to schedule the link ups. Yeah. It's not.
There's really not a lot of impulsivity.
No, in high school is y'all trying to slide. We finna slide in 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. No, we gotta schedule ahead of time.
Wait, actually, parents, I'm getting out of class at 4:45. Can we push it to 5? Well, my class don't get out to 5:15. Okay. So what I'm hearing is we gotta wait till Saturday. Like, that's what I'm hearing.
Oh, I did not work Saturday.
Oh, right.
See, that's you gotta schedule ahead of time with this stuff.
It is. No, I feel you on that. And I feel
like that's too grown.
Yeah.
I just be trying to go slide a little quickly. A little can't even do that.
Park, pull up, something. Yeah. That's most definitely a play. I said this to like someone, like the convenience is gone, if you will. Like, college, high school was so convenient. Like
you had so much time,
and y'all were just there in one concentrated space. You know what I mean? Yes. Like it was just so convenient. Here, like you said, like it's not like I thought. I can't be impulsive.
And then everybody's schedule's different. Yeah. In high school, you got in at the same time.
Yeah. It's period.
You get out at the same time. Yeah.
Some of us got one class today, 2, 3.
For real.
Some people booked until 8 o'clock. You know, and they've been rolling since 10:15 this morning. Right. So like it's real. Like no, I feel you on that, and even that too, because you can find yourself being very isolated in college, and that was like one of the things I really didn't want to happen. Because
that happened
in high school. I feel like I was really like to myself. I mean, one girl, we was fighting that coronavirus, you know. But like, I was just in the house, and like I still be at home too. But it's just like I didn't want that in college. I was like, I want to be doing a little bit more. And I'm very much doing exactly what I did in high school and college, which is the gag. But I don't know. It's just something about that. Like my sister even told me, like, you know a bunch of people who know a bunch of people. That's how a bunch of people know you. And I was like, yes, Yeah, probably. I was like, but they
Yeah,
don't, I, said,
probably.
I said, but like they don't know me. And she's like, yeah,
They
but
just
everybody
know
knows.
of you.
Yeah, and she's
right.
like, but they all know like you're like even my roommate. She's like, you act like my daddy. Every time I come out here with you, somebody calls them, hey, I said, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I was like, I'm so sorry.
I feel like everybody got a daddy that know everybody.
Girl, especially if they
Daddies know
Especially
everybody.
that girl and mine. Oh my gosh.
Everybody daddy, your daddy know everybody.
I said, and this was kind of look like, and they be like, oh, you saw it? I'm like, no, cut it.
Chill out right now.
I'd be like,
cause I ain't got a time for a conversation.
Before they be like, oh, I know you his. Yeah, I'm glad somebody knows. Too.
Right. But then again, on the back end of that, that could be a good thing. You know what I mean?
True.
You know who the you feel me?
Right.
You feel me? You know who you can try that jump with.
That is true. That is very true. Because not me.
It's like a protection type of thing.
No, I definitely feel you on that.
Like off a name though.
Yeah, that is wild.
Oh,
that's how it is. Oh yeah,
that's real.
That is real. That's our reality. Definitely.
That's real.
But I think, yeah, I was just like, that is kind of true. But I do feel like I can be like really much a recluse and like a loner and just introverted. Like even though some people tell me like, baby, you know I love to run my mouth. Right. Y'all know I love to talk it up. But at the same time, like I ain't got no problem just sitting in a room and we looking at each other, you looking at me, we looking around, and we just chilling. Like please, I don't mind a good silence. Like, girl. And that might be hard because I run it. I do. I run it. That mouth, I run it. But it's like no, like if there's nothing to chit chat about, like don't force it. Enjoy the silence.
Yeah, I'm like I was in school the complete opposite, only because the friends that I had them from 7th grade to
like graduating. Yeah.
And so that's all I was taught. Like, that's gang.
Yeah.
I ain't know what we were doing, but I'm riding for my brother. Like, I'm gonna ride with my brother.
Well,
so it's like I was just like, that's what I was around. And if I wasn't, and if I was around like some randoms, oh, you not gonna get a peep out of me. Like me and Haley worked together. And before I knew anybody, I was dead silent. Like, if I didn't know you, I'm not talking to you.
Yeah. I thought she was so mean.
Everybody says that.
I was like, look at that little monster over there. But if we spoke, you would speak. We was like, yeah, I'm like, maybe she just don't want to come to work.
Nah, like that's just
that is true, girl. She was quiet.
I'm like, if I don't know you, we not finna chop it. But if I know you, we finna.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a movie.
It was really funny you said that. My sister sent me like a thing not too long ago, like before we started the episode, and she was like, "This you," and it was like once I warm up to you, and it was like this girl, and she was like dancing, but at first it was like another girl next to her, and she was just like straight face, like looking from her left, looking from her right, and I was like, no, that's really me. And then the other girl was like turning up, just acting crazy, and I was like, no, but that's me too, because once you know me, oh baby,
oh, it's over.
Oh, it's over. It's over with. Playtime is over with. Like once you know me, it's insane, and enjoy the ride because
enjoy the ride.
Like, enjoy the ride because you've made it.
But the thing is, since I was like that from like 7th grade to 12th, when I got here, I was so closed off. Like my freshman year, I only knew my roommate. Literally didn't go to no. Well, that's a lie.
Why you make no friends in your classes?
Because I don't like people.
Right next to you, but just say hi.
I don't do people.
Just say a hi to them.
What's good? You feel me?
I guess that counts.
That's it. Like if I got a question, hey, you got that. But even in my freshman year, I was not like if I got a question and ain't nobody else asked the question that I got.
Oh yeah.
I just ain't finna get no answer. And it is what it is.
You were just.
But I was so used to that group. That's like, so when I got like here by myself, I was by myself.
Yeah.
Like I didn't make friends until like my sophomore year. And I feel like that was just like seasonal. Like it wasn't like genuine actually friends.
Shoot. That
so
is true.
now,
and people are seasonal.
And I'm on my 3rd year, and I feel like I actually got friends. But it took me all of this time.
But
you're right.
I don't think you don't even know what I was gonna say. You're right.
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, like in my opinion, because I'm one of those people that like I can count my friends on a few hands, and then the people that like I can
even to this day.
Yeah, and they've been here for a while. Bless their hearts. Like, and I think about that all the time. Like, I realize even some of the people that I allow to get close to me, and it's like, you were actually seasonal, and I knew that from the beginning,
Right.
and I should have listened to myself. I feel like I doubt my discernment a lot of times.
Mhm.
Stop doing that. That gets you in some trouble.
Literally.
Because you're sitting here now, you in anguish because you hold on to something that don't want to be held on to, and
Right.
that's
Oh my
romantic
gosh.
or platonic in all
No, 'cause I
relationships.
did that romantically.
In all relationships,
Girl,
yeah. I remember
it's
that
not
chat.
a joke.
Yeah, it will drain you to the death.
Literally.
To the death.
Backsliding down the wall.
Yeah, listen to Monica in the Rain. It's bad.
Yeah, it's
bad.
real bad.
Yeah, like in even like with friendship, but that's something that I definitely was like, yeah, God, I gotta give this to you because I'm not gonna let this eat me up.
And see, when I did that, God told me to leave my whole friend group.
Oh, and you listen.
It took me a minute.
I know. It often does.
It definitely took me a minute.
It take us a minute. Yeah.
Cause like I said, I'm a ride for my brother.
Yeah.
Look. It's serious.
Yeah.
So when he said leave that friend group, definitely not immediately.
Yeah.
It definitely didn't happen immediately, but it happened. And when I did, I was crying myself to sleep. Cause like that was that friend group from 7 to 12, and I got hired, had nobody.
Yeah. And then you didn't even want. Ooh.
What you gonna say? Go ahead. You done already started.
I was like, they didn't even want to be here.
I know, definitely did not want to be here.
So like,
I cried for a transfer because he told me to come here. I said, please let me transfer.
He just let you cry. He
let
you get that off you.
Let me get it out, but you ain't do that.
No, he did.
You ain't do nothing out. I was looking for something. I got nothing.
No, for real. I can't stand when he responds in silence. Like, don't do that to me. No, please don't do that to me.
That's like some. I know.
No, for real. That's how I feel.
I know,
like,
it's okay.
It's gonna be okay, baby.
No.
And I'll be like, no, please.
No, that's not what I'm looking for.
No. Please don't do this to me. But I'm like, no, I need that silence. Like, I need it. But no, definitely feel you on that. Like with that isolation, like it can be rough.
Like I literally almost started my whole life over.
Yeah. And then that's another thing too. Like I feel like a lot of people don't understand like the gaps between like levels of development.
Yes.
And so like going from, middle school to high school, elementary to middle, high school to college, if you so choose to do that, even high school to whatever the next step is, you're still taking that next step.
Right.
And so that is going to look different because you're entering a different season of your life, I definitely feel like I have grown, like looking back on it now, like I feel like I'm still very much like the same person, but there are things about me that have changed a lot. And I'm like, oh, I still got, some living to do. You said the same, Lord said the same.
Right.
But just realizing some of the experiences that I've had already so far, I'm like, wow, look at you. Look at you, Pookie. Look at you. And then like with the friendships and things like that, like I feel you on next. If I call you my friend, like I mean that. Like that's something different.
So I heard a little bit harder when it's seasonal. Like what you mean?
And then I get mad at myself because it's like I know what you mean. Like I knew it in the beginning, but I was just like, la la la, turn a blind eye, and then I'm like, Heather, come on, bro, you gotta lock in next time. Like and realizing that, but then like even that, and then being okay with people and things. Cut that out.
Right.
Like cut that out.
Who's knocking on the wall?
Like together. Who is beating on my window? But no, like getting comfortable with knowing that some folks ain't supposed to be here forever.
Yeah, and that hurt.
Something especially I have to realize with my friends because it was like even like how friendships have shifted since I've grown and stuff. And it's like I will always have love for you, like for sure. But I understand like it's not the same as it was when we was 7th grade, the girls. Like
definitely not.
Like I have to acknowledge the growth that you have done, and physically, spiritually, mentally, all of that, and vice versa. And then also realize, like you said, like we gotta skip some things now. Baby, I got something I gotta do. I got school. I have a boyfriend. I have a family. Like things like that. Like you got things you got.
I got people I have to cater to. I have things I have to take care of.
Yeah.
You're not the only person in my life right now. Like I have
some people
responsibilities.
And some people they can want to be the center,
and that's so selfish.
And I think a lot of times it comes from like an attention deprivation thing.
That's so selfish.
I notice a lot of the most like attention seeking people in my life have had some type of like childhood neglect.
Like
And I
abandonment.
realized that yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And
I
like
can see that.
and it might not even be physical, especially when you talk about the Browns, because it's like, well, you got a roof and you got some food, and you got this,
You got
so
clothes on your back.
you should never be depressed about and happy and this and that.
It's so taboo.
And it's like, but
it's not.
But you're not like emotionally present. You are a what they call it, a present absent. So you're here presently, but
you're
absent.
somewhere else.
Every time I come to talk to you, I'm fighting against your phone because whoever you talking to, they more important, or things like that. Or when I come to you with a grievance, you don't try to put any emotion behind solving it. Things like that,
Yes.
neglect
Oh my
and
gosh.
that abandonment.
That's
And
a different type of hurt.
Yeah, because you want me to confide in you and you want me to do this, but Auntie so and so no, Uncle so and so no. So now you kind of like dismantled that trust that I had between us because you violated that because I was coming to you in confidence, and then on the flip, like you were saying, like coming to them with something and then like no motion trying to fix it. It's just kind of like, oh well, baby, this is just what that is, and this is just how that is, and it's like that. No, it's not. Do better. Because I don't want to do better.
I'm not a big talker,
mm-hmm.
And so like when I do speak up and say something, it's because
I'm on the edge. Yeah, it's gotten there.
Mm-hmm. And so when I bring it up and you like, well, you should have just. What are you talking about right now? Yeah. I'm coming to you because I'm gonna go on the deep end, and that's the only time I'm really like finna say something actually. So when I'm coming to you and you saying, well, you should just, or well, what do you mean?
Yeah,
that hurt a little bit deeper because I had to build. You don't know. I was in the mirror practicing how I'm gonna say this. I had to build up courage to even come to you, and when I do, it's like, well,
and then stuff like that. And that's why I sit here and that's also what's changed my perspective on like with being more gracious and forgiving to people. You feel, oh, she a pick me, or oh, he busy, and this, that, and the third. And it's okay. Where does this stuff stem from? So, like you said, now I done worked up and built up all this courage.
That you did. You ain't see that part though.
You didn't. And so now I'm doing that, and now you've just kind of like dismantled all of that and like destroyed it, and I don't have that confidence no more. Or now since I'm not getting this attention from here, I just go find it somewhere else. But she busy. Well, yeah, maybe. But there's other things at play here. You're looking at the action when there's always a principle underlining. And I'm not saying, go out there and just be willy-nilly.
Right.
But I'm saying
you still have to make time.
People do things for a reason majority of the time. A lot of times folks just don't feel a certain way or do certain things just for nothing. Even if they don't voice that to you, it doesn't mean that it's not there. And so that's why it's kind of helped me like, okay, like you talk a lot. Why do you talk a lot?
Right.
Or you
and I don't
talk a lot.
I don't.
Why don't you talk a lot? It's because when you open your mouth, it's like, oh,
right.
Or when you work it up, somebody dismisses you and you're like, see, this is why I didn't even want to say nothing to you in the first place because I knew you wasn't going to take me seriously.
Literally. Okay, so I was in a relationship where everything that ever went wrong was my fault. And so that, I feel like that, plus just being a middle child, which I already wasn't talking at first. And now every time something comes up, it's my fault.
Yeah.
And so now I feel like, off the real, I'm just gonna say sorry, even though it's not my fault. Which Haley giving me a face, y'all.
See that camera is gonna kill us because yeah.
Oh yeah. We working on getting video.
Yeah, the camera's gonna kill us. They gonna be seeing it like, oh, she a mess.
But so yeah, it got to the point to where like.
You were just like
before I even get anywhere, I'ma already say sorry, even though I know I didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah, I don't like that. But hey, you've grown.
And okay, but like this is the thing that lasted for so long that I see like bits and pieces of trauma from that. Like now.
Yeah.
And so it's like if I'm saying how I feel about something, and it's not an argument, but it's definitely a strong conversation.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that person is understanding where I'm coming from or trying to understand, or they just really don't see the bigger picture. I'm just say, you know what? Yeah, it's my fault. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
What you got to say? Cause you
Don't
cause
do
you
that, little mama.
cause you giving me faces.
I'm
What's
just
up?
saying, like I already said it. I
No,
don't like that.
I don't like that about
Because
myself.
for one, it's like because I always tell people all the time, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Apologize for nothing. What you saying sorry for?"
Like when I hit that girl, when that girl ran into my car.
Right. Clear that up
Right.
because that was wild. And I mean, of course, I understand that situation a little bit differently because pedestrian vehicle, the person always right. Like, girl, no, they're not. These, real quick, these scooters are getting out of control.
Right.
That's
These are vehicles.
Girl, the way they be, I be like, girl, you got an SRT up in that mug. I mean, doing
Bro.
15, 25 down the sidewalk.
Okay,
I be
so
like,
yeah, real quick. So I was turning into a parking garage, and a girl on a scooter ran into my car.
yep.
Scooter broke in half. Obviously, I'm the one in the car, so I'm apologizing, and I'm offering to pay for the scooter, even though it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
Like that's just like a real quick example that actually happened. And then right after that, I had to go to class and do podcasts. So Haley caught like the back end of that.
I did. I was like, oh, baby, you okay?
Yeah.
Pookie was not okay. Pookie's all right now, right? You all right now?
Yeah, I'm right. I'm
okay,
right.
I was
Good.
gonna say, Pookie was not all right.
But now you see like where that actually stemmed from.
And then you being able to acknowledge that
it wasn't even my fault, and I took all the blame.
Yeah. And it's like that was something I had to learn to stop doing. And for me, it was just like
help me.
Right, for me it was just because it's a different situation because you see me, I'm chunky, so getting young picked on for being chunky, it was like, why am I apologizing just for being big? Like
right, yeah, but Miss Haley is fine.
We go, thank you.
Miss Haley looks good,
but like thinking about that, like that was mine, and I'm like, I'm apologizing just for existing, and I developed a new respect for myself, which is why I was like, oh no, like girl, no. And so I was like, I'm not gonna say I'm sorry just for me being who I am. Like, I'm not hurting nobody.
Dang, so I don't even be hurting nobody.
And that's the thing, that was mine. And so, like, on the flip, I think it's because you maybe view yourself as a nuisance, or it's like, oh, I don't want to be a nuisance or a problem or
like I don't
inconvenience.
I'm never trying to be like, I don't never every time I bring something up is I don't want it to be a whole thing because.
And my thing is like, if it's supposed to be a whole thing, let it be a whole thing.
I don't like whole things.
What? I just said. If it's supposed to be a whole thing, let it be a whole thing. You're trying to control something that's out of your control.
See, I don't like arguing. Like I don't like because then that comes around and then I'm gonna feel like, so why would you even bring that up?
Okay, and I think that also just kind of depends on like, because even like. I feel like it's okay.
Slow down.
I'm having a hard time.
It's okay.
If y'all didn't notice.
Where's a heart?
Yeah, actually.
Right.
So I want to slow down here. Okay.
Take your time.
But no, like that's something with me and my sisters. Like we talk about that because like we could be like little dogs barking. I mean, like it can come off really harsh and hard. And so we sit there and I'm like, okay, we gotta realize, okay, how am I saying these things? And so I think like. And it's like, well, why did I bring it up? I think it's like your tone and maybe how you present it. I'm not saying you do it incorrectly or anything like that.
Tone or anything, I can't control that. Like if I feel a certain type of way about something, you might get a little tone from me.
Oh, see, well, boom. That also could be a factor. And I think that might be because you're letting it fester so long. So that resentment is harboring. When, like, that's why my daddy be like, nip it in the bud. Because it becomes, you can keep it verbal. Yo, I saw this man the other day. Him and his daughter was getting to it real quick. Like it was nothing major. They would just kikiing. Right. And she was like touching me. He was like, keep it verbal. Why are you getting physical? Keep it verbal. So I was like, yeah, I gotta add that to my little repertoire. Okay, like keep this verbal. But like, no, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't have to get there just yet. And so,
like, if I bring it up the first time I feel it,
yes, because it's like it's addressed once, and it's like, okay, boom. Now I understand you start seeing that behavior recurring and stuff. It's like, okay. I remember we had conversation XYZ. I said when you did this, it made me feel this way, and I would appreciate if you did something else. And you were like, "Yeah, cool, I'm not going to do that." And then you did it again in this situation.
Okay,
you know, I think it's a communication thing.
So you're saying if that happens, I have the right.
I did not say
that. Okay.
I see, right? See how
no.
I noticed how God be like, see, because you're trying to bend what you trying to bend it. I know that's how he be talking to me. I'm like, the Lord did, and he be like, don't play.
Okay, yeah. I was just playing, y'all.
No, I'm giving you a hard time. That just made me think of that because that's what I would do. I'm like, the Lord, you did. Haley.
So you say it,
Haley,
right?
Because you're trying to play. and then playtime's over with.
Right,
But no, like I wouldn't say that, but you can most definitely be more firm on it because you've already established that boundary. And that also could be maybe that. It might not be a communication, it might just be a boundary thing. And even if it's an emotional boundary, you allowed yourself to get past certain capacities and now you don't have those boundaries. And so you're finding those things coming up again and you're like, oh gosh, this is a response to me not setting that boundary.
Right. And then on the back end of that, and I know I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
I'm the type that's gonna shut down. Like
I used to be like that
I'm feeling
too.
some type of way. Don't like you're gonna see it on my face that I do not want to be bothered.
When
right
you say
now.
something to me, I'm gonna be like nothing.
Literally,
I've been running my mouth and you ain't listening, so nothing.
Okay,
yeah,
we here. No, we're on the same page.
We was. No. Trust me, I understand. Cause
right.
Oh y'all, I know I ain't supposed to say this, but after a while, if I keep doing a bunch of talking and you're not getting it, I'm gonna wanna hit you in a minute. So
I'm
not gonna,
I know
I
keep it verbal.
Yeah, that's why I said I gotta add it to my one. Like I do, cause I be like. Cause I can find myself like about to get taken there and like no, because now I'm losing control of myself, and so that's why I'm like, keep it verbal. Yes, keep it verbal because why are we trying to get out in the field? We don't gotta get out in the field. Like no, but no, I feel you on that. Like immediately, like shutting down, nothing, and not to be like the middle child thing, but where you fall in line on your sibling placement, that matters.
It matters.
I don't care what anybody says, and even if you don't have any siblings, that matters too.
Yeah.
Like it changes you. It do. Like your siblings.
Because everybody get treated like after that first kid gonna get all the heat. The second one they be like, oh, the first one turned out good, so I can ease up a little bit. So after that last one, out of control.
I think for me, it
could be out of control.
I think for me, it's like we dealing with the top, we dealing with the bottom, middle, you got it. And I
like you just kind of in your own world.
I was just kind of la, and but that was kind of like. Dang.
Wait, so how many?
It's only 3 of us.
Oh, it's 5 of us.
Oh yeah, I remember you said that.
Yeah,
but like it was still the pairs above you, so you were just in the middle, like, hey y'all, and they was like, hey girl,
right,
hey.
I'm like, everybody else doing their own thing. Yeah. They got the oldest 2, the youngest 2, and I'm in a room.
And I'm not trying to be like that. I really don't think it's intentional. I know it's
definitely not.
And I know, and that's another thing I have to understand, that even though everything over here is not, crystal clear perfect, I understand that what my experiences can be of somebody's promised land. So I understand that not everybody got the same experience as me.
Right.
And so in some families it is malicious and malice up in there. And when you see that, it is unfortunate. It do hurt my heart because like my daddy said all the time, he's like, look, we gonna die. Talking about him and my mama. Dang. And I'm like, oh, okay, Pookie. He be like, but you got your sisters. Like, this who you got.
No, for real.
And I need y'all to be airtight to the hip. Like, ain't no.
See, they be saying that, but then y'all don't know how hard it is to be sisters.
And then we be watching y'all aunties, uncles, cousins beefing and fighting all the time, but we ain't gonna get into that.
Right, we don't even fool with that side of the family. And you talk about some airtight.
Yeah, but that was the thing too. I think for us, like growing up and seeing it, and that's one thing I like about as you age and stuff, especially if you just observe, you can really see a lot, and that's why I know that's why he gave us 2 of them. And see, 2 years too, because sometimes you just need to shut up. You need to just watch and listen.
And see, that was me.
Yeah,
I was quiet. Oh, yeah, so all I did was watch.
Baby, talk about a sponge. Right. And I was like, ooh, that's crazy. Crazy work. Crazy business. I saw how when so-and-so does this, y'all respond this way. But when so-and-so do this, y'all respond that way.
Right.
What's the double standard? Because I don't understand.
Never did.
Just little things like that. And then, like, especially now, like, because I feel like me and Paris, we're in that awkward age where it's like, yeah, we're adults. We not grown. You know what I mean? And like we're old enough to still be clocking people for they stuff, but we still got to be tactful because it's like
other people can clock us.
Yeah, it's like when you still a child or whatever. And yeah, that accountability definitely goes both ways.
Right.
But I feel like you grow up a lot of times and it's like a lot of that suppression, and then you realize like it's really a lot of division within
the family.
And like I said last week, and I said all the time, even said it today, like it's easy to infiltrate something already divided.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you made it easy for me. Y'all already separate. So now I can go to the north and say north, south said this. Go to east, west, and south talk about you. So now look, y'all ain't been clicked up in forever. And now you boom. Y'all already separate. And look, and it was so easy to just stir that little pot up. And now y'all got a lifelong drama over some he said, she said.
Yeah.
And things really are that kiddie sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even in friendships, I see it even here at the university, I'd be like, that's interesting. Like, freshman year, y'all was rolling airtight. Y'all was kicking it.
Oh, now
it's
over with.
Completely diminished. Ain't nothing. And that's not to sit there and be preying on people's downfall, but it's something to notice. Because it's like, okay,
people change.
Yeah.
Especially in this age group. Like, it's so much stuff you adjusting to, and like you just shifting and changing every step of the way. You're not gonna be the same person that you was when you first got on campus.
And honestly, truly, if you were, I would kind of be looking at you a little funny, because it's like,
where's the growth?
Yeah. And even if you didn't have any growth, because that also is a factor. Right. You didn't change at all. But yeah, definitely my first question is, where's the growth? Right. Because like, you would think this experience will bring it up out of you, you know, to some degree. Yeah. And for some people, it just does not. Like, that's one thing I was like looking forward to. I'm like, God, like, change me. Like, you know, like, change me in your image. I want to be who you want me to be. Like, I need that transformation, because what I'm doing right now is all right. Like, it's all right. It's all right. Like, I know that there's something beyond this, and I want that. Like, I desire to tap into that for sure. But I definitely can feel you on, especially like that shutting down, like, to bring it back, like that shutting down. And like, because I don't want to talk no more, and because you don't want to listen.
And then ain't no telling how long I'm gonna be down.
Yeah, that too.
So you might be ready to talk, but I promise you I'm not.
Yeah. But then that's wrong, because that's passive aggressive.
Yes,
you know. And so I mean, shoot, you know, I'm going. I mean, I'm saying it because it's stuff that's real though. You know, and you gotta have folks that hold you accountable. And that's another thing too. I think a lot of times people think accountability is negative. Like
you need somebody that's gonna be like, girl, go talk to that boy.
Oh, right.
Go talk to that junk guy, because it's really not that serious. That's why you gotta have friends that you can actually like trust with 100% all information.
It matters.
Now, don't do that with everybody, because some people, they be trying to
the monitors, right. Girl, they be peeking on little people's tongues. They be trying to get a little scoop, a little scab. They try, they do. And no, there would be none of that over here.
But, you know, choose accountability partner. There you go.
Yeah. But no, like, definitely. The reason why I said that, because, like, that's even stuff, like, I'll be like, or if I'm talking, like, my mom and my dad, and, like, they tone just off, I'll be like, you good? I do. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You need that?
I'm like, you okay? You know what's crazy? I do be telling you that, because let's go get in the field. Actually, let's go get in the field. But no, like, I ask them, I'm like, you know, like, are you okay? It's like, are you good? And they be like, yeah, why? I'm like, I don't know, it's just your tone sound a little, like, even my dad, he was on the phone, he was like, Maya, I'm just tired. I say, I know, baby. I can hear it. It's all in your voice. Right. Like, what's going on? What's the deal? What's the dealio? What's the dealio? And I think, like, it also helps, too, like, people want to be seen, people want to be heard, and you got somebody that picks up on something, just your tone of voice, you know, and that's not
be like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, or even be like, are you okay? You know, like, we don't have to talk right now. If you need a little break, you need to breathe, or like things like that. I know sometimes in some cases people can take that as like, no, now I got an attitude, because you're like, okay, mama, calm it down. I mean, I understand the calm it down, girl, but like, no, like, that's why I don't know. I pride myself on that, like the little things, because it's like, I know there's a shift difference. Your posture's different, things like that. And some people are like, well, are you watching me? It's just kind of my nature. Like, I don't know. Like,
no, I will.
I be observed. I do. I be head on a swivel. I be observant, and I was like, I don't know. And it's helped me a lot with my relationships too, romantic, platonic, because it's like I'm able to pick up on those things and read the room, and then even that too. Like, and when I see something different, like, I'm like, oh, are you good? And then shut up after you ask that, because a lot of times, like, that actually silence, listen. Yeah, because that time, that silence, it gives people like that time. Because a lot of times you see somebody like, hey, Paris, how you doing, girl? And they're like, oh, I'm good. And you responding immediately because you're just doing a rehearsed conversation. Yeah, I'm like, Paris, you good? And no, that'd be
my thing, because
and then you're like, oh, okay, now I got, and it's not, and then you're like, no, I'm really not, and then you start talking. Yeah, it happens.
That literally be me, because it could be situations where, like, again, I'm strong conversations, definitely not arguments though. Yeah, like, you can ask me a question and I'm not gonna be able to like just spit something out for you real quick. If you want a real answer from me anyway. Yeah, and I never really was, because I didn't talk. So, like, if you want to answer, you probably gonna have to wait a little bit. Like, give me some time to think.
Yeah.
And definitely think about how I want to say it, because if I say it wrong,
Yeah.
you gonna take it wrong.
Ooh, girl. Ooh.
So like, and then it gets to the point where I'm thinking, but you looking at that like, bro, say something.
Yeah.
No, now I don't even want to say nothing at all, because you ain't even give me a chance. Like, what's up?
I also think that plays into just like knowing the person that you're communicating with as well. Like being able to understand that, okay, it take you a little while because you are meaningful and you want to be tactful in your response.
Like, I just started talking.
You know, like
I'm new.
Baby, you got to give me baby food. I can't eat the solids just
like
yet.
I just started talking. Like, so for real, like sophomore year is when I actually like just started like.
Let me
no college.
You're federal.
No, I'm saying like actually expressing.
Yeah, that actually.
I'm like, yeah, you gotta give some time. This is new. This is new to me.
No, I feel you on that. Like, y'all, it happened every time. Lost it. Train of thought gone.
Dang.
Let me get myself together.
Right.
But no, yeah, boom. Knowing the people that you're talking to, like, if I know, like, okay, it takes you a little minute, a little while, like, I'm not gonna be pressing you. And then also, too, in my opinion, like, I feel like it just shows, like, if you care or not to really know the answer. I think a lot of times when you're sitting here and I'm like, oh, how you doing? And I'm just sitting here waiting and, you know, like, I really want to know. And if I'm like, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. And immediately I don't even give you no time. Like, I really didn't care to know. That's how I kind of take it. And then you made a good point when you were like, I'm trying to be mindful of how I say it, because that can interpret something wrong, you know, eventually. And like, I think a lot of times people mix up like, you know, your impact and how you say it, because a lot of times it's like your interpretation of something is not necessarily like what it was supposed to be. Like what you meant might not have been like how you wanted them to interpret it, but it impacted them in that way.
Right.
And yes, your tone is a very big contributor of how people will interpret and the impact of what you say to them. I could be like, you know, you dead wrong, Paris. And then you like,
oh, dang.
Exactly. And I'm like, Paris, and you know you wrong.
Like, right. That's a lot more gentle.
It's different. It really is. And even though it was still kind of jokingly in the same way, the first one you'd be like, okay, girl, don't clock me like that. But the second one, I'm like, nah, Paris, come on now.
That's real.
Tighten up. Like, come on, that's different, you know? And it will go over differently. The first thing you'll be like, who's she to try to check me? You know?
Yeah.
Second one will be like, okay, I see, you know?
Right.
Like, like, you know, like just little things like that. And it does matter. And that's why I realized, like, even with me being loud and having such a booming voice, like I'm like, "Who is you loud, bro? Bring it down." And like just little stuff like that. Like I have to realize that if I say something very just like boom, 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 it can be interpreted in a very like, oh dang, like sassy, bossy, controlling. And it's like, baby, I was just stating it, but okay.
Ooh,
like,
see, that was even sassy.
But oh my
God, baby, I was just saying.
She working me, y'all. She working me. But like, I guess I'm sassy. But no, like just things like that. But if you didn't know me and didn't know, like, okay, like Haley doesn't really talk like that all the time. Like, it's a different thing. And so, I think it does definitely matter. Tone, the words you say too, and then trying to like, especially like how you're kind of talking about more of in a relationship setting, like. Instead, like when it's an issue, trying to make it not the other person's like problem. And what I mean by the other person's problem is like, you do this. No, instead of doing that, because now it feels like it's a blame, you know, instead trying to take it back and be like, okay, when you do these things, it makes me feel this way. And I would appreciate, like, you know, trying to frame it to not saying that it's like it's their fault. And
like, don't point the finger.
Yeah, as if it's like a characteristic of them, more so just the action. Because I can sit here and be like, well, when you do this, it almost is like you're the thing that I'm saying I don't like. Rather than saying like when you do these things, it takes
like when you do
that. Because it separates the attachment of like the action with the person.
Right.
I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like even like the same thing like with like I learned like that with learned that with forgiveness.
Words.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, you know you gotta nod the head sometimes to get them out. Because it was like, no, that's a part of who they are. And then like Haley, you is not all that. Like, yo,
no, for real.
Let me tell y'all about King Jesus. Okay? baby, he be on me. Like,
Oh my god.
and I appreciate it. I really do, because the conviction speak. Holy Spirit, yeah, he don't play. He be on me. Like, he be on me, and I'm like, well, oh, you're right. I'm not all that, because I'm sitting here like, that's a characteristic, and I just started thinking about some things that I do that people probably couldn't like, and I'm like, ooh.
No, because I have a friend,
Well,
and I told her, and like she's like, anyways,
yeah.
I told her,
yeah, no, valid.
right? I told her that when she's meeting new people, I could see how she could come off as like the bully type, or like real controlling. But I was like, at the same time, I don't see that, because in the beginning I saw that.
Yeah.
And it was like, but I'm me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't gonna control me.
I ain't gonna.
Right. Yeah.
You can ask me to do something, but you definitely not gonna tell
Come
me
on,
to do
Paris.
it. You know what I mean? We gonna be polite.
Right, keep it cute.
We gonna be polite. But I told her that I could definitely see, like this was in the past. Now this is
there's been
right. Now I'm like, I can definitely see how somebody can look at you and say controlling or say bully. And then she's like very like straightforward. Like she like something she's gonna like say it, and she's gonna say it in like the most numb tone. Like you're gonna be like, girl, who's you talking to? What? Yeah. Now that I know that that's just how she talks. Yeah. Like you really just gotta know who you messing with for real.
A little bit. And then I feel like that also helps with like offense, because that was one thing. Like I even still pray about that to this day. I mean, like, and I'm gonna keep praying about it the next day. Like, Lord, like remove the spirit of offense off of me, because I feel like a lot of times I think I'm just like episodes in the back. Like, you know, you're sitting here thinking people are doing stuff intentionally and not malicious, and you know, and it's like, baby, they swerving and zooming through traffic trying to get to work. You know, I know they was bobbing and weaving and it was out of control and things of that nature, and you honking a horn at them and y'all getting into it and all this and that, but like people got other stuff going on too. Yeah. And like realizing it's like you're not the center of everybody's life, you're the center of yours. And even in that stance, you're really not the center of your life either.
No, like, for real. Because if I see like, somebody with hazards on the freeway and they just slow cruising, my initial thought is, why are you on the freeway? You in the way. You know what I mean? But the Lord is changing my heart every day. So now it's like, well, I hope they okay. Because what they got these hazards on, you know what I mean? What's going on? But it could definitely like be you in the way. Like, get off the freeway. Why are you here? And now you're allowing yourself to be offended and bothered by that. And it's like, here I am cussing and fussing at you in my car, sinning because I'm bothered and offended by something that you did. Yeah. And it's like, that's wild. Do you say freeway or do you say highway? I say highway. That's so weird. I say freeway. Well, I don't say freeway. I'm gonna say this. I say the service road, but I say the service road. Like, you mean like the feeder? The service road. The HOV? That's the ultra fast lane. Okay, so you talking about the feeder? What are you talking about? What is a service road to you? A service road is that little road off the side of the highway that you get on and off. The feeder. The service road. Yo. Because if you need some services, they come in and get you on that road. Nah, bro, that's the feeder. That's the feeder. Or I just say the exit ramp or the on ramp. Okay, exit and feeder. Definitely not on. Yes, when you're getting on the highway. Bro, the highway is crazy. Freeway actually was really crazy. No, dude. I feel like somebody's daddy. Should they call it the freeway? Bro, when I came out here, I was like, oh, you probably got to get on the freeway. And it was like, freeway? That's not highway. I say, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You were dragged. I know you were, because freeway is crazy. But also think everybody said where you're at too is different. Because I know like when I went like to like a little bit more south of Texas, right? I see like freeway signs instead of say a highway. Don't say freeway. I mean, it doesn't say highway, it say freeway. That junk is freeway. Even when we went to, I think when I was in Austin, it said something like that. I was like, freeway. Girl, that's the highway. That's the freeway. You know, I think we're just going to agree to disagree. No, I'm kidding. But I've heard both of them. But I say a highway. But I've heard both. But I've only ever heard people out here say highway. Ooh, y'all, if y'all ain't hear that, that was definitely a bone popping. Auntie's knees quaking and shaking. Okay, why y'all put my business out there? They ain't have to know which bone.
Oh my bad.
Right. Denise, y'all, I play sports. Okay? Mind your business.
Right on. Right on, girl. Right on. Right on. But no, definitely feel you on that one. I definitely can understand.
Yeah. I want to say, I feel like when people hear that God told us to start a podcast, they be like, oh, y'all got it figured out. Definitely do not got nothing figured out.
I'm so glad you said
Like, y'all, I struggle with the same stuff y'all struggle with, I promise.
that. The biggest promise, actually.
I promise. Pinky.
No, like, and kiss it at the end because, like, we're sealing it.
Pinky.
Signed, sealed, delivered. Yeah, I'm glad you really said that because that was even one of the things that made me not want to start the podcast with you.
Right.
Because it's like I see all these other individuals who have Christian podcasts and channels and things like that, and in my mind, like I said, remember we were like, oh, brother, so they so say, and you see that and you're like, oh, well, they must have it together,
Right.
and it's like I realized
I don't.
that and I was like, who am I to be up here talking to folks?
Right.
And I saw y'all. I gotta steal this. One of my friends had posted about this, and it was like how you come like the Lord your daily bread, but you snacking on sin. And I said, Jesus.
Wait till we get this camera, bro.
I said,
Over with.
It's gonna be out of control.
It's
actually,
over with.
I said, Jesus. Okay, because I'm listening. I hear you, and I was like, no, that was the biggest conviction, and I was like, yeah, and it made me think of things because it's like you just gossip the meal, but you dibbling and dabbling. Oh, a little white lie here, a little meet up, link up here, a little swear here, a little masturbation here, a little porn, like, and all these things, and they start adding up, and you're snacking to do these little instant feels, and you're missing the meal, but you're calling out the meal, but
And then you already full by the time you get to dinner.
exactly off of junk, straight junk, and so I'm like, convicted. When I read that on her spell, I said, "Oh, well, like I swear, I was like flustered in that moment. I was like, oh, right, cause you talking to me, a little cuss there, like no, you're playing with sin. It's actually funny that you said that because I was reading like a little bit of like this plan I'm doing, and it had said something about that where is it at? Oh, in John 1, chapter 1, it was specifically verses like 5 through 7, and it was pretty much just talking about like man, hold on, where was it? I'm trying to remember. Oh, there was, what did I say on here? Oh yes. So it was understanding that like I was like God is the light, and it's like we can't be walking in darkness, but saying that we're living in light, but we're walking in darkness, because then we lying. You're like we're not living in the truth, we lying.
Right.
And so I was sitting there and I was like convicted again, and I'm like here we go.
Right,
like
right.
I ain't gonna like when he hit me, girl. Y'all ever been like seeing a dodgeball game where people run through the middle and people just throwing balls at them?
Streaking?
That is literally how I'd be running and it's like boom, 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 boom. I mean, from my left and from my right. I'd be like, oh, okay, because and like I kind of like that he does that to me because it's like you thought I was playing because you were ignoring the first few. Now I'm hitting you.
Right.
Now I'm hitting you, and it bothers me as well because I'm like I shouldn't let it get to that point, And then that's when I filled you with that, like, the spiritual, just like numbness and just being down and like everything just kind of so foggy and murky because it's just like I'm going through the motions, not really being intentional with anything. But then at the same time, it's like, well, I'm doing something, but it's like, no, you playing because you know what you should be doing. And so it's like, no, I feel you on that. Like, yeah, that was most definitely one of my biggest moments. And like, while I was like, ooh. I was like, he told you me? You playing. He didn't tell you me.
No, he definitely did.
I was like, he did not say him, please. And then, please. I'm like, he couldn't have. And that's why I was like, you're an imposter. And I was like, hey, I know, and y'all see how I'm like, and that's why I'm like, ooh. And I'm like, I can't be attacking myself like that. Like, he's speaking to her. And if he said me, he said me. And then when I prayed about it, he's talking to me then too. And I'm like, oh, okay. Right. I've gotten that confirmation. So even though I don't think I'm qualified, to the day I die, I will not feel like I'm qualified.
Yeah.
Like, but you see something in me, so I gotta hold on to that something. You know what I mean? And keep pursuing you because you're gonna keep revealing it to me the more I pursue you. Like, no, I feel you on that. Don't gotta lick a nothing figured out.
Right.
Baby, don't gotta lick a nothing figured out.
I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just want to bring it up because I was like, I was reading Job, right?
You love Job.
And
that's your boy.
Please.
That's your boy.
And to me, it definitely sounded like, okay, so the devil went up there. It definitely sounded like God offered Job. Yeah. He said, have you seen Job? Yeah. I thought, okay, this is the thing. He was almost like righteously bragging on Job. But it was on some like, I bet you can't get him. Like, God, why would you offer me up like that?
Yeah, because
like we was here. We was on the same page. We was doing good.
And you betting on me.
And you literally said, I bet you can't. What? Yeah. You look, you offered. I feel like in that moment, I was like, now you done sat up there and offered Job up. And now he down here going through it. Lord, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Yeah. And I like to even like actually question God and be like, why? But like, why? As in like
reading that.
Yeah, reading I'm like, and trying to.
Well, it sounded like you just said, yeah, try him. What? That to me was like, all right, what's really going on? What is really going on?
And will I be being tried? Because because if you was like,
and then he did that because he was doing good.
Yeah. Yeah. That.
And I feel like that's okay. Maybe that's what I was going with that. Thank you. That's the difference between test and tempt. Yeah. Like that wasn't Job being tempted. That was Job being tested. And we know God, he doesn't tempt, but he does test. Yeah. So it's like, dang.
And I think like, because when you were talking about the testing, like, want to know like where we stand, our faithfulness, like your faithfulness to me, like, can you trust my plan amidst the storm? Or when you keep falling, can you come back to me? Do you, or do you run from me? Like things like that. Like and then also that too, like realizing like, okay, am I like in a little bit of spiritual warfare here? Am I being tested, or am I reaping the consequences of my own actions?
And that's how his partners was.
Because it's like you could sit here, fall into sin, and then be like, "Oh God, I'm struggling. I'm in spiritual war." Nope. If you ain't go over to that little boy house, you wouldn't open up that door. Now that door open, and you're dying over here, like. And I'm talking about me.
I'm talking about me.
we talking about we.
We talking about we.
And now you're sitting here dying. Not even like recent. Even if it is recent, doesn't matter. It's something that happened. So now that door has been opened, and you're sitting here wondering why you're fighting this 2-week battle, 2-month, 2-year battle, depending on when it happened. And it's like, oh, that is not warfare. I cracked the window,
right,
and then opened the door and was like, "Hey, baby, welcome." I did that, and then it's like, okay, or figuring out if it is actual spiritual warfare. That even for me, I don't have an answer at all, because I know for me it's my actions. Like I don't feel like, and I haven't really even come to him and talk to him about that either, and be like, am I being spiritually attacked, or is it me? But I sit there and I reflect, and I'm like, well, I should have did that differently. When he told me to do this, then I should have did that. Like, I'm like, no, I'm just reaping the consequences of things. And so then realizing that too, and I'm like, all right, yeah, this is me. And so yeah, like you were saying, like with Job, it was like, yeah, try him. For me, it's like, I don't know if he betting on me. And the thing is, like, I know he is because I'm his child, but I feel like he shouldn't, because I know what I should be. I know where I should be. I know I need to be more intentional. Right. And it's like, I'm not. I'm treating it like a chore. People don't want to do their chores.
Especially when you tell them to do it.
And then oh girl,
that's a whole different thing.
And then I'm realizing that like people, I know people don't like to talk about the whole physical and like having faith and things like that, but realizing like, yeah, you're not right here. I see them dishes piling up in the sink. I see my laundry, so I'm like, oh, I need to do that, or it's gonna overflow. I'm not realizing how much damage I'm doing to my soul because it's like I don't see it, I don't feel it, because everything that
it's not physical.
Exactly, and then not even that, but like that too, but because everything that I'm succumbing to are things that I want. They're satisfying my
Right.
flesh, so they're not hurting me at all. I'm living it up,
No,
not
for
even
real.
realizing the detriment that you're doing to your soul and to your spirit by doing that. Something's got to die. So what's dying?
No, that's funny. I
You
seen
know?
a video. Yo. Okay, so transparency, lust, and fornication has been like a thing,
Yeah.
like on theme lately. And I seen a video, and she was saying, "Who am I to judge? One of us getting some, and one of us want some. We on the same boat."
Yeah.
I said,
Ooh.
"Oh my gosh."
It was crazy when you say that. That's real.
That's real.
Because it's like, even if I'm not actively having sex, it's a desire of mine.
Right.
I want it. And then you're realizing, like, oh, why am I lusting after that? So even though I'm not physically, I'm not already spiritually, then, like, yeah, because I'm putting that desire, like, above all things.
Right.
And now it's consuming my thoughts, consuming the way I'm moving, operate. I'm doing double, triple, hey boy from across the street, like all types of stuff. And you're like, wait a minute, we in the same boat.
Right.
Like you said, who
one of us wants some, one of us gets some.
Like,
it's the same thing.
Who am I? If anything, I'm mad because I'm not, because I want to. You know,
Right.
like things like that. And I don't like, no, yeah. Once fornication been on there real heavy. And I feel like with our generation, our age room, and then also too, just kind of like the opportunity. I feel like there's just so much opportunity here in this space that we occupy called college. Like there's just so much opportunity, like it's right there.
And then
like,
I'm
yeah, and that's even more of a better opportunity, because it's like, oh, well,
I'm in a
it's just
whole
me,
relationship.
it's me and you know. And then also too, trying to figure out how to maintain not giving into that, because it's like, well, that's my boyfriend, but it's like, okay, that's not your husband. Yeah, falling on that, there is no covenant established between you two, and that's for anybody with a boyfriend, with a girlfriend, whoever. Yeah, but no, I feel you on that. But then it's like, on the flip, I don't know. It's just, it's interesting.
It's like, if I wanted to, I really don't have to work as hard. Yeah, as a single person would.
Yes, I'm so glad.
Like, I don't have to put in that much work.
Yeah, no, you don't, because you mine. You my baby. Like, you know, you don't. Me, I'm like, okay, there goes little JoJo, there goes little Ricky. I'm running through it, you know, because I'm a single person. But like you said, the convenience. If I really so much wanted greater. To, it's so much. Yes, it's so easy. The convenience is so much greater for you. Like, I know, I completely second that. And then even getting into relationships, and say like, you were having sex before, you were like, okay, I need to like straight and narrow. And even if you were saved before and then fell back into it, and it's like, okay, no, playtime is over with. Even if you didn't said that 25 times, you at least you keep trying to turn away. Right. But realizing like, right. Oh yeah, that camera is going to kill us. I'll second that. But no, like realizing that, and so you've already tasted that water. You know what I mean? So you can't unexperience something. And even with the person who's not in a relationship, even though you've had sex before, like you know that feeling. And it's, so like people say you can't miss what you never had, but you can definitely be curious. Yeah, and that will cause you to, because now here you are fantasizing about something that's not there, and you are making it like, oh yeah, well now I wish I had this, and so now you're creating a yearning for that thing. Yeah, lusting after. Yeah, no, 100%. I feel you on that. Like, it's just, like, it's definitely not easier if you, just because you never had it. It's that don't make it easier. I think even for me, it was just more of like that. And when I was a virgin, it was kind of like that pressure. Like, I was like, well, and it wasn't even like real pressure. It was more internal, to be honest. It was like, well, shoot, everybody, you know. And I had no problem coming to college a virgin. Trust, that was not the thing. Yeah, no, that was not the thing at all. I'm gonna be honest. I just wanted to have sex. That's all it boils down to. I think it's like, after you hit a certain age, it's like some gotta get cracking. Like, yeah, what's well.
I think after you hit a certain age, because
Well,
you can like meet people that's like 30 and they say they still a virgin, and it's like
baby,
like
and then I think, but I feel like that's the earthy part of us because
yeah
we put wages on things like, you know, murdering somebody and then cussing. We like, well, they should deserve life, and as God sin is a sin. You know what I mean?
right
We're the ones putting that magnitude on it. Same thing. Well, you're 16, you should have a car since you know how to drive. You're 18, you should move out. You're 21, you should be drinking liquor since it's legal. You 25 and you a little girl. Why you ain't got no husband yet? What's wrong with
yeah
you?
because
Why you don't have no babies yet? We put time frames on things.
yeah
And I think that's why there's a lot of pressure for people to execute and to be a certain way because there's that societal pressure. Same thing with having sex.
yeah
Like, well, don't nobody want to have sex with you because you
yeah
100 years
now
old.
it's like, well, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Ooh, no, that's literally what it is.
What's
What you
wrong?
mean? You 25,
Right.
you ain't never had no boyfriend? Are you crazy? Like little things like that. Yeah, people start looking
Yeah.
you upside your head because it's like you're going against the norm. And so, I mean, even with being a Christian, oh, I couldn't believe in that. You what? Why you believing in that? Like little things happens all the time.
Yeah.
And so, like,
And so subtle too.
yeah, ooh, yeah. Some of them is blatant, but a lot of it be like a, I'm watching you. It do. It be
Interesting.
subtle. It do very much on.
Interesting.
It's like interesting or like, oh well, that's you. They be hitting you with that. That's you. But
I'm gonna turn up.
I could never. Yeah, no, for real. And even if they don't even say that, you most definitely feel that presence and stuff. And so, like, yeah, for me, I had no problem coming to college a virgin. I was just like, no.
Yeah, definitely not. I don't think I would have slept with anybody in my high school, anyways.
Yeah.
No shade.
Oh,
but a little bit.
But a little bit.
Right.
I think for me, I was just like, no, I wanted him, and that's what it was. And I realized, like, I am not y'all. I ain't trying to be that bad. I'm so sorry, because Paris cutting up over here. But that's the thing, just direct. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be too blunt up front and direct. Maybe I should censor a little more.
No,
okay, but no, like, but yeah, that's just what it was, and realizing that I was like, yeah, I didn't care. It was just about the flesh. Like that is what it was. I did not care.
Okay.
And reflecting on that and not saying that in a way of being like, well, I didn't care. God gave me da da da. In that moment, I know what headspace I was in. And I was not thinking about the Lord at all. And then looking back on it, when he put his hand on my shoulder and then I fell down. Like I was like, Lord, what was I doing? What was I thinking? I'm saying like what was I doing? You know what I mean? Like and then to have that attitude and that posture towards you, because that's how I looked at it. Like, well, I don't care. I know what I want to do, and I'm like, how can I take up that posture towards you? And for some people, it might not be like, oh, girl, it's not that deep. But like between me and him, I'm talking about the Lord. Like, no, it is that deep. If I'm supposed to be, we supposed to be locked in. Like, it's that deep. And for me to have that posture towards you, just because I wanted to do something, is crazy. Like, it's crazy to me.
Y'all, I just got like corrected.
Well,
okay, this is on the it's not like I would have slept with anybody in my high school anyway comment. Yeah. Nah, I can't leave that right there because I definitely got no, I definitely got like corrected. Like I think he just wanted me to say this to say like, yeah, you not let them know because that's not how like maybe there were times where it was like too close.
Yeah, no, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I wouldn't have. Cause I could have.
Yeah.
It almost did.
Yeah.
If we just being honest.
Keep it a buck, keep it a stat.
So it's like definitely not I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's looking the same thing as like never. Because we serve a humbling God.
Yeah,
and that
definitely
was
just
my
humble
thing.
me.
And that was my thing too. Girl, come on.
Definitely just humble me. He said, yeah, that's
not
not too accurate.
Yeah. Because wouldn't have is crazy.
Yeah, and I forgot all about that.
No, for real. Need I remind you? And then you're
right.
getting reminded. You're like, oh, yeah.
Definitely forgot all about that.
Right. Like, that was my thing, too. I'm like, Ellie, you got to quit saying never. Because he will, oh, you never? Boom, right in you. And here you are.
You did that.
And here you are succumbing to the very same thing. You're like, oh, I would never do that. Oh, okay. Right. Let me show you something.
But
yeah, that was my biggest thing. And I was sitting there and I'm like, who am I to have my chest all puffed out, wings all spread, talk about something because I want to, girl. Oh, when I tell y'all, I was like, girl, who are you?
Right.
Like,
and
who-
imagine that's your child telling you, because I want to. Oh, we.
I was like, I don't know why he ain't snatched me by my legs. Get back here. Like, literally. I was sitting there and I was like,
Oh, you got a smart mouth.
I know. And then I was breaking down and I was like, how could I? Like, And then even like with little things too, because here we go, putting weights on things, but it's like things that we would consider small, like obedience or delayed obedience. Well, I still did it, yeah, but you told me that your timing is better than mine. Once again, you were kind of like, I'll take matters in my own hands, do it when I feel like it.
Right.
No, I'm not a feeling right now. That's what I said. Like, right now is what I said, and he be snatching by my collar, and I'm like, oh, okay, right, because you're acting a fool. Get it together.
Yeah.
Like, get it together. And I think that's one thing that I can definitely tell, like, spiritually, this season I've been so uncomfortable, especially with like the podcast and then just going with the things I'm going through and doing the podcast. I'm sitting here like,
yes.
like, and you're sitting here like, you're like, oh
no, Haley,
counterfeit, question mark. And yeah, and I have to reflect, and I'm like, okay, is it because we're trying to do the right thing? I'm like,
y'all,
boom, boom, boom.
Feeling, y'all.
That's why I'm like, okay, because right now I'm having like this. I'm just now having like kind of this like perspective change on like, is it because I'm like really trying to like turn and be like, no, I gotta like do better, like, and is that why? But it's like, well, maybe, but every single attack, I mean, you taking the bait, so can you really say that, like, can you really be like, well, I'm at a disadvantage when you taking a bite out of every cookie I'm putting in front of you
lately?
So it's like,
every test that's been in front of me has F.
I got it, girl.
F.
Yeah.
Immediately. Like, it's not like I ain't like not even a C.
Yeah. Not even sitting here like, well, maybe I could know. And like, no, and I definitely feel you on that. And that's why I'm like, golly. Like,
and then you want me to go up here in front of these people and do podcasts and try to tell these people the right thing, and I'm sitting up here doing what I'm doing?
Yeah.
But then again, I look at that as it's kind of like a motivation thing to like, okay, you don't want to feel like that?
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
Tighten up. That's that. Yeah.
You don't want to feel like that? Do what you got to do.
That's
and then it's like, now it's like, okay, so I can get in seasons where I know I'm doing me, and I don't want to like, I would distance myself from God. So it's like, now sit in my face.
Yeah.
Go out there and do podcasts. Sit with me. Sit in my face. Because now I need you to spend some time with me, even though you still feel like, because that's the only thing that's gonna bring you back.
Yeah. No, that is real.
Because I can find myself distancing real quick. Yeah. Like, I'll avoid everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can't avoid.
And then I have a moment once a month or something like that, and then I'm like breaking down, and then I'm like, why did I let it get to this far? I should have been turned back to you a long time ago. Like, yeah, definitely putting that wedge in between me and him.
With podcasts, I can't. Like, it's just like, I know, like, I have this time with you for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and I know this is the time where I'm not gonna be physically alone. I'm not gonna be spiritually alone.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna be the only people that's listening.
Yeah.
So it's true. Like, spend some time. Like, this is fellowship. Spend some time around people who be around God. Like, spend some time with me.
Yeah.
Because with that's like folks. Yes.
And I'm glad you said something about fellowship, because I noticed like here, like, I need to do better with that. Like, getting out more, finding more like Christians and things like that. Like, I find myself being real isolated, and then I'm like, ooh, wait a minute. Yeah, like, I'm feeling that distance because I don't have that support, that backing, or you're feeling ashamed because you're comparing your walk to so and so's walk, and it's like, girl, like, you not them. You know what I mean? What you struggling with, they may not struggle with.
Yeah.
But they could be fighting something that you not fighting. You know what I mean? So like y'all both looking at each other the same way, whole time you not even really realizing that. And it's like having to understand that as well. But no, I feel you on that distance because definitely be like
Let me
turning.
just.
Yeah. And not even like turning so I could go do my like dirty work or nothing. Like just turning because it's like
I'm gonna turn away until I'm ready to come back.
yeah, and not in a sense of like
And that's so stupid. Now I'm thinking about it.
and
Like,
then
I don't like that I do that.
and in my like for me it's like not so I could be like, oh, do this, do that, but I'm noticing through my actions because I'm doing like whatever I want to do, or you're just not a priority. And so
That's
I'm
dang.
turning myself because you're not a priority. Like I've been treating you like a chore. Like,
Yeah.
and you're the chore that I'm not doing. I'm not at all. And that's why I'm
Dang.
realizing that's that distance. And it's like, and then I'm like, wait, I can't do this on my own. Even if I'm not doing anything actually like technically wrong or whatever, or sinning, if you will.
Right.
I'm realizing like me neglecting our relationship.
Because that's important. Like, even if you're not sinning, you don't have no relationship, then what you got?
Exactly. Because like it makes it that much harder to come and talk to you because like I ain't been building and working on nothing. And now I'm like, oh, all this lost time. Like, duh. Yeah.
Right. Because
All this
I can
lost
walk
time.
out there like with somebody that I never had a conversation with. I don't know them.
Yeah.
But I see and I saw that they doing good, but I don't know them. That's like I never knew you. Right. So it's like, no. Like I saw what you did. Like good. That was good. I'm happy you did that, but I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a relationship. There's no bond there.
And that's the thing. It's like, oh no, I need you to know me, and not because I'm scared to go to hell,
Right.
because I need to know you. And in the moments that I have really, really spent with you and been in your presence and known like who you were, even if it was just for that moment, like those are some of the best moments of my life.
Yeah.
Thus far, I mean, we've
life's still going.
Yeah. But realizing that, and I'm like, I'm selling myself short of that, selling you, most importantly, short of that relationship because you want it. Obviously, more than me because I'm sitting here like, oh, well, I'll read my Bible tomorrow. I'll pray tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, you don't pray. You don't read your Bible.
Right.
And every day, he's sitting at the table waiting on me. He right here next to me, waiting on me to talk to him. And I'm just like, you're eager. And and it's like, no, I can't do that to you because you want me, and not only do you love me, you like me. And to be liked and loved are two different things. Like, yes, I love you, but to like you, to like your presence, to
being
get to
around
know you more, exactly, like that means something more than just loving me. And I'm like, wait, I can't do that to you.
Yeah.
I can't do that to you. Like, no.
Like when you look at it from the perspective of, dang, I'm really hurting your feelings right now, and then I'm doing it in your face.
Yeah.
That's like,
because if you put them back in the if you put them back in the flesh, that's what it would be.
Yeah.
But since it's out of sight, out of mind, no, you can't do that because I'm really not. I'm right here with you. Like,
yeah,
I'm here with you. So the fact that you can't reach out and touch me, that doesn't mean I'm not here. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, dang. I can't do that to you. And I was gonna say I hate that I'm clocking us, but not really.
No, not really.
Not really, because
this is like therapy,
Like, it's real. Like, I can't do that to you.
No, I like how you said sitting at, like, he's sitting at my table, because I read something and it was like, whoever's sitting at your table is because you invited them there. So if you invite less, they sit right there next to you. Like if you a liar, like, and you just keep on lying, that lying spirit sitting right at your table with you. Yeah. And I kept reading, and it was like they can only leave if you dismiss them.
Yeah.
So it's like, absolutely.
And he's waiting. Like I remember, like it was like videos kind of going around. It was talking about like how people pray and stuff,
Mhm.
and it was like God, He waiting on us, and then we put him like, hey, speeding through our prayers. I need this, I need that. All right, love you. But I'll talk to you later. Boom. And it's like,
Oh.
and I was like, I know you didn't, because it came on my feet, and I was like, I know you didn't. I know you did not do that to me. And I was like, I thought we talked a little bit about a little bit more stuff. I said, I know you did not do that to me. And I sat back and I was like, well, you always pray, ask him to pray, watch over this person, watch over. And I mean, that's good and things like that. But you talk to him about picking his brain about things, giving him your issues,
Right.
other things, like you just sit there and talk to him,
Mhm.
like you don't.
Like, let me run you through my day right quick.
Right.
Let me tell you what happened.
Even though I know you've been right here with me.
Right.
I don't care. I'm giving you play by play. I'm giving you play by play.
Right.
And it's like, yeah. And then also too, I kind of changed my perspective a little bit on praying, getting on your knees in your closet and things like there's nothing wrong with that. But when I be walking around
but it's
campus
not
and stuff,
like you it's not like what's the word, Haley?
What you looking for? Like
something
necessary?
that
Or
not
like,
necessary, but it's like something that you have to do.
oh,
it's not
like
required.
yes,
there you go.
Come on, look at that. But that's why I want two better than one.
It's not required.
But, yeah, no, but there's nothing wrong with that. And I did not mean to say that to like bash or anything.
Yeah, no.
But I changed my I see a beautiful sunset. I see you.
Right.
I see you. Thank you for this. This is beautiful.
Definitely ate
like
that.
Little things like that. Like the y'all, we got some bad little fat squirrels running around our school.
Yeah.
But I love that
they import them squirrels.
Yes, I know.
That's crazy.
That's why they be texting us. We ain't gonna talk about that. That's another conversation. But I see that, and I be like, look at them little well-fed squirrels just running around. Like, Lord, just thank you for them. Like, just them just having that freedom. Them just little stuff. While I be seeing people with their friends or whoever just walking, smiling, I be like, God, like, thank you for their friendship, their relationship. Even though I don't know these folks, they mean something to each other, and I can see you through their smiles. Thank you for that. Just little stuff. Because it's like, I see you everywhere now. Mm-hmm. And when I was just had my blinders on, I didn't realize that. Right. Like, you was everywhere.
That's like some seeking you will find. There you go.
And I'm looking. Because, like, here lately, I've been needing to hold on to you because I've been wanting to let you go. Mm-hmm. And it's not because, like, a real want, but through my actions, that's what it's giving. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, no, little stuff. Like, I've just been changing it. I'm not going to say I still got my prayer closet in there for a minute, blanket, Bible, we up in there. That's still there. But, like, realizing, like, it's different to see him just out there and everywhere. Yeah. And, yeah, that was something that kind of helped me, with trying to do better with my communication with him. Especially with kind of incorporating him in, like, daily life, like, that. Like, I don't know, but I feel you on just obedience delayed or not at all. Like, feeling those attacks, but then it's like, is it really an attack? Or did I crack that window? Like, all that. And it could be an attack and the window's cracked. I mean, like, let's be honest. It could be both. Like, it really could be both. But you have to understand, like, you wouldn't have, it's all falling back on that cracked window. That access is there. And I'm like, I gotta do that. I ain't been wanting to do nothing at all. Why am I so lazy? Why is it procrastination? Yeah. Lord, take that off of me, please. For real. Like, I don't like that because I'm being lazy with your blessings. And it's like, I now that one I can tell because I'm like, I gotta go get her. Like, wait a minute. wait a minute. Wait a minute. And I don't know, just really having to, talk to him. Yeah.
Like, have you ever seen on videos where people make like a password with God? Like,
that's cute. No.
Yeah, okay, so I have that. I have a password. Cute. And when I was doing good, like, I can show you a picture after podcast, whatever. So my password, I'm from Houston. Yes. We got green trees, just green.
Just green.
Only green. But my password is purple trees. Because we don't see that. Yeah. I was seeing purple trees everywhere. And I was like,
oh, okay. Because I definitely was like, so how did you come up with this password? I got you. That's cool.
Right. Because I was trying to find something like, what's not regular that I don't really like see through.
Yes, I like that.
Okay, so and then I like somewhere along the way, I failed. Yeah, you know what I mean? And now like them green them purple trees is green again.
Yeah.
So it's like, dang, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like I know he's like letting me know, like, it's something you need to fix,
Yeah.
and that's like something like small. Like I think a sign that I'm like need to fix something is sunflowers. We don't see sunflowers in Houston, but I remember one time I was like on this back street and it was like a bush of sunflowers, and I was like,
Oh.
and I'm talking like mid-winter.
Shut up.
I promise.
That's crazy.
I'm not joking.
There he go doing what he do.
So it's like
there he go doing what he do, man. Yeah.
That's just like letting you like, all right, now tighten up.
Yeah.
Cause like, all right, you playing a dangerous game right now.
Girl. Ooh.
But then I see them purple trees and I'm just like, yeah, I freak with you, DOD.
Right.
I freak with you.
You.
I freak with you.
And then even when things are going good too, like that's when I realized I talk to him the most. When everything copacetic, we chilling, we cool, frolicking in the fields. Like that's when I realized I'm like, oh, this is my boy. And it's not because it's like, oh, you're blessing me or anything like that. But it's because I didn't want to talk to him only when things were bad because I noticed that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
And so but now I realize I'm not talking to you at all when things are bad. Because for one, I'm feeling like shame and guilt, which I know that's not from you. But it's like, ooh, can't stop feeling it though.
Right.
Like can't stop feeling it though. It's itching at me. Like, it's pulling at the bottom of my shirt. Like I can feel it. But like, yeah. And so and that's actually crazy because I realized that I'm like, it's like you know little kids do something bad and they be like trying to go hide a little bit. But when they but when they be being good, they all on your face and stuff.
At my big
That's
age.
how it feels. Yes, no.
Yeah.
Even like still I'm like, ooh, he don't really want to talk to me. And it's like, yes, he does. And so I say me a little prayer, we talk, but then I'm like, I'm not reading, not reading as much as I should. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm talking to you, but I'm not building up that repertoire and that relationship, no rapport anymore because I'm just talking to you. Like, I'm not feeling myself with your words, but I'm consuming everything of the world, but I'm talking to you. Like, but you're not talking back because I'm not reading.
Or you're not waiting. Or you're just not listening.
Oh.
Right. There we go again. Seeking you will find.
Okay.
Right. Or you just not listening.
Yeah. Well.
Or too many people at your table talking over and you letting them. Because you ain't said, all right, y'all, toodaloo. Yeah. T got clocked.
Okay.
No.
Well, yeah. There's nothing else to be said after that, actually.
Right.
No. Yeah. Dang. You been eating me up these few weeks.
No, you been eating me up. What's tea?
That fast? Woo! I said, well, she's on to something there, but no, that too. Because I just made a great point, and you did too. And I was like, but I'm consuming everything of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all that noise. Noise interferes with communication. So,
and when they say God come in a soft whisper,
girl, and that's the thing,
and they screaming at you,
and he does too, and y'all, I hear it, and it be faint, and then I be like, huh, and then here comes some booming. I'm like, yep, there goes the boom. Going with the boom. And I'm like, no, because there you go. And then you're like, I can't hear. Ooh. Okay. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you using your vessel.
You know what image that just gave me? In Finding Nemo, when they saw that fish with that light, and it was like just looking at the light.
Yeah, it was like
they was mesmerized by the big thing.
No, and that's the thing, and that's why that's what I was saying. Like, we look for the purple tree,
and that's the fish that was like, "Oh, I'm finna get you."
Yeah, that. Ooh, shut up.
There you go. It just clicked, y'all. It just clicked,
y'all. The whole time, it's a whole piranha. You ate her,
and you just so mesmerized, like
right.
That I'm telling you, Finding Nemo.
That was disgusting. But it needs to get like that. It does, like, for real. Well,
that's real.
That is real. And here you are, devoured, because you eyes getting you in trouble.
Right.
Yeah, that's real.
I think we.
Well, y'all. Well.
I think that's a decent place.
Yeah, actually, y'all. Tweet and yell at
Learn
it.
to speak.
Yeah, science to.
Right. It's been breezy.
It definitely has.
It's been cool.
Yeah. Next week we gonna be that more tradition.
Yeah.
We gonna see.
You gonna say the same?
Yeah, but say we gonna see. We gonna speak.
Yeah. We're gonna freak with y'all again.